After 4 years and 5 lakh units being sold, the Seltos is the ultimate seller for Kia India. So yes, it is the fastest car to reach that milestone, but clearly Kia is hungry for more, because now there is a facelift on offer, and with it there are a lot of changes that the company has made to the car, and that includes the price, because now the petrol variant begins from 10,89,000 rupees going all the way up to 20 lakh rupees, while the diesel begins at 12 lakh going all the way to 20 lakh. So yes, there is a substantial hike in price. So does the hike in price justify all the features this one gets? Let's find out. The price is a talking point then. Over 20 lakh for a top-end Seltos is a bit much, I agree. Because there are 7-seater SUVs, MPVs that you can get in that money. But you have to admit that Kia is offering a lot more than any of its competitors in the market. And that means big on features and safety. Let's get to the features aspect first. Now, one of the biggest changes that you see up front are these two big screens. One is the infotainment system and one is the instrument cluster, both 10.25 inch screens. Now they are very intuitive, but one thing I can't get in my head is that this is the top end model and it does not get wireless Apple CarPlay or Android Auto, though the one below it does get it. So the variant that gets it has an 8-inch screen right here and a 7-inch screen here. So that's a bit puzzling for me as to why the top end gets wired and not wireless. But anyway, given all of that, it's extremely clean, very intuitive, and yes, you get all the connected car features that are on offer. The seats are extremely comfortable. These are ventilated seats that you get on the Seltos, and good under thigh support, very nice shoulder room and good headroom as well. That was always one of the big USPs of the Seltos, but now you also feel more spacious because of this panoramic sunroof. It's a dual pane panoramic sunroof, just absolutely massive, and the people sitting behind can just look up and take a look at the sky. It's extremely nice. It's a great feeling, and there is so much light that comes into the car. Really innovative. All of that said, very nice features on offer, and it's good to see that right from the base variant you get infotainment system that is digital, and so as the instrument cluster as well. Of course, there are connectivity features on offer, and that's a very long list now, close to 90 of them. And Kia is improving and offering more to make your life easier. But the introduction of ADAS functionality takes things up a notch, and is also one reason why prices have soared. With level 2 ADAS functionality, Kia wants to kick things up a notch in the segment. On the safety front, 6 airbags are standard, and so are 11 other features that make it to the list. And the company also promises that the structural rigidity of the car has been improved, and it's all ready for any crash test. Now, the Seltos has a 3-star crash rating from Global NCAP, but that was also under the old regime. Will we see an improvement then? Only time will tell. Talking of improvement, there's a good amount of it on the car. On the looks front, the ice-cubed fog lamps and the funky DRLs give it a unique look. But new front bumpers and a new rear bumper too heightens the impact of the SUV. Kia says that the new Seltos is now longer by 50mm, and that's also because of the rear bumper. No change in the wheelbase as such. It's at the rear though where the changes are significant, because that connected tail lamp design looks smashing and adds a bit of pizzazz to the overall look. The pizzazz is also in the way it drives, and that's because of the new engine. The 1.5 litre engine replaces the 1.4, and well, the power has gone up to 158 brake horsepower. So there's good amount of power on offer now, and all that power goes to the front wheels via this intelligent manual transmission. Yes, this one has no clutch on offer, but it's just so comfortable to use. Every single time you want to change the gears, it's just very simple to do. It does take a little getting used to, because you're very tuned to lift your left leg every time you change gears, and it does happen. It's a force of habit, and you'll get comfortable eventually when you drive it. But Kia is betting big on the IMT, and that is also because there is a strong demand for it. All that torque pushes the car big time, and you get good amount of power on offer. Having said that, the new engine actually packs in a lot of punch, and according to Kia, it delivers more than 17 kilometers per litre on both the IMT and the 7-speed DCT, which is very good news. Beside the IMT, there is an automatic gearbox as well. Well, and in traffic conditions like this, the 7 DCT really comes in handy, because it is constantly aware of your inputs, the acceleration and everything else. So yes, it does make a big difference when you are driving in the city and also on the highway. Now, there is if you feel that it is going to be slightly lazy when it comes to your inputs, then you have paddle shifters as well, which work very well, and there is an instant realization of power when you drop down or upshift. The ride quality remains unchanged, and yes, it's still as good as before. Kia has retained the Tech Line, GT Line and X Line nomenclatures, and the range of variants too is still wide. So is the Seltos still a crowd pleaser? Yes, it is, because it ticks all the right boxes and gives more to the consumers in terms of features, drivability and safety. A fairly new car maker taking the veterans head on. It is game on in the compact SUV space.